You can find this in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20, 20 to 21. And, the cornerstone, a cornerstone is the primary stone in the building's foundation. And, it's that stone that keeps everything together.
Amen.
And, we saints of God, we were built upon, that's what the word says, we were built upon foundation, of the prophets and but of Christ, who's the chief cornerstone. And the next verse is that we form a building that is fitly framed together, okay, and growing to the temple of the Lord, but that first stone has to be Christ. Now, to me, the cornerstone was that led me to Christ was cornerstone of faith. So I was going through something where God allowed my faith to grow, and that led to the stepping stone of salvation. That was it. Now the second one was Abba Father. Abba Father, and Father is a very I know a lot of people probably chose that, but it's a very intimate calm name. There's God, which to me just sounds like when I hear God, I hear I hear judgment, I hear sovereignty, but God is it's an office, and he's righteous and just, but he's also a father where in Romans 8:15 it says we have not received the spirit of fear, but the spirit of adoption, whereby we the spirit of adoption. And then I found another verse that says God has sent his spirit of his son into our hearts, crying Abba Father. So the fact that you can cry makes you a child of God. You know that he's there for you. And in Hebrews 12:6, when it says the Lord loveth, for whom the Lord loveth, he chastens. And if you endure, as the next verse says, if you endure his chastening, then you're one of his children. Because the people who don't endure, it's just calling, you have no father, so you're a bastard. You understand? So and it gives an analogy of people who, fathers in the natural, like biological father. You, even though they may, because I remember my mother, she used to beat me a lot when I was a kid, and my sister and I, because we were doing wrong things, and I didn't like her at that time, because at the time where she was beating me, but afterwards, she would, we would still like her, we would still love her, respect her, and this is in the natural. And it says if you reverence your, and still in Hebrews, if you reverence, your natural fathers, then why not, reverence the Father, of spirits, who, he also, chastises you, but for you to live, and to become holy. Amen. So The other one was the Lord of Hosts, and I don't know, it kept, when I did my study, it kept coming up as, the Lord of the heavenly forces, and it's mentioned a lot of times in the Old Testament, in Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Amos, but the term is associated with the Lord as being a commander of the armies, who comes in and redeems his people. And in 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 45, you can read it, but it lets you know that is that okay. What it says is the king he said, okay, why they were going through they had a war, and the king said to the other chief of the other army, you come with your swords and your helmets and your shields, but I come in the name of the Lord of the hosts. And he will just, the fact that I'm coming in the name of the Lord of hosts, he will deliver you unto me, So he just gives you the enemy in your hands. You don't even have to fight. He fights the battles for you. This is because the Lord's battles. No, the battles are the Lord's, and he just delivered your enemies, in your hands. So we don't go with it.
All right.